Hey, what's up? What's up? This your boy K Smooth, man. Welcome to the show, Boxing Talk 100. You know what I'm saying? Breaking news. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul will be streaming on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? July 20th. This is a big Netflix payday. You know what I'm saying, for both fighters coming in at for the exhibition fight. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. What I think about this exhibition fight? We got a living legend that's still showing his talents, man. For what Mike Tyson undone in the sport of boxing, whether it was franchise or exhibition, man. You gotta be able to respect the legend. And Mike Tyson ain't too shabby about still getting in there, taking a punch, whether being old or being young. So Jake Paul, what can I say about Jake Paul? Jake Paul is an undefeated fighter, making his way up into the exhibition fight game. Has done a really good job being able to showcase his skills and turn the people's eyes of being able to like him. Because when Jake Paul first started out, a lot of people didn't think it was a good idea. They think he was just a asshole and just playing around in the sport of boxing. And for Jake Paul, man, in the past couple of years, man, he done showed winning and trying to be able to take it to another level, being able to be presented as a full time boxer. You know, Jake Paul, we already know was a big, what I'm saying, streamer. At one point of time, what I'm saying, but making so much money, what I'm saying, streaming and whatever he was doing, being as a kid in the entertainment business, with Disney and all that, it came a long way for Jake Paul being able to put his money up the right way and having the people behind him and just being to this point, being on this, right now in the present, in the sport of boxing. What I'm saying? Being able to put his feet in there, getting his feet inside the door, being able to show what he can do, in the sport of boxing is, I got nothing but respect for him, man. At first, man, I'll be honest, man, I didn't like Jake Paul at first. I didn't even like Logan either, any of the Paul brothers, but they had to be able to dawn on me to be able to like them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, throughout the whole years, they've been hustling and making that money and fighting UFC fighters, some of Dana White's fighters, going through them. You know what I'm saying, in the sport of boxing. I mean, yeah, Jake Paul could he should have returned the favor by stepping in the cage, and I'm pretty sure sooner or later he'll be able to step in the cage. But it's all about boxing right now, and like I've said, the type of path that he went through, being able to fight these UFC fighters, it put him in the level of now being able to fight, some real elite boxers. And of course, if you got to go through Mike Tyson to be able to, prove your name, then that's what we get. You know what I'm saying? The boxing world. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. So yeah, Mike Tyson is 57 years old, still doing it, man. When it's all said and done, his career, you know what I'm saying, with all his fights, Mike Tyson was 62 wins, 8 losses, and only 2 draws within his boxing career, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Mike Tyson got a lot of wins, man. I might be wrong on his boxing record. Excuse me, I might have a mix up with Manny Pacquiao's. But just the fact that Mike Tyson been doing it for a long time, man. What can we say about Mike Tyson? He's been a boxing favorite. For the boxing world. Being able to have that elite knockout power that displays entertainment for the people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they love to see about Mike Tyson being able to beat up people and One thing about Mike Tyson, like I said, he's been a champion, in the past decades in the sport of boxing. uh, uh, you know, out of I could say, out of the top three, he's definitely, the top three in boxing icons. You know what I'm saying? Whether you put Muhammad Ali in or Mike Tyson or whoever else in there, he's top three. So with Mike Tyson, is this a shot to Canelo? Canelo not being able to fight, guys like Jake Paul. We can understand, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul still being able to, being still got to be able to prove yourself. If I'm Canelo, that's what I'm telling Jake Paul. You possibly don't deserve a boxing match, but how this world is going in the sport of boxing, man, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? People want to be able to see it, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is in this day in the life, you know what I'm saying, in the boxing world. It's 2023 right now, so it's not the fans' fault, you know what I'm saying, for being able to see these type of fights. It's just, boxing association and how they run it, whether it's competing for legacy with the belts or exhibition fights. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's gonna bring a lot of money. You know what I'm saying, to these fighters, and particularly speaking, Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Big favorite. You know what I'm saying, coming into this fight. Jake Paul, man. Like I said, Jake Paul coming into this fight. My only question is, to Mike Tyson. Is he is he barking up, like is he pushing it? You see what I'm saying? To where you get to the point to where you might get knocked out, or a guy like Jake Paul, he ain't going in there to play with you. One thing about Jake Paul, and I can understand, it's just Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. We got to be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna go in there and allow Jake Paul to do what he's been doing to previous opponents. Going in there and knocking them out. One thing about Mike Tyson, he can move his head like a motherfucker. Got good. You know what I'm saying? He got good. Being agile. You know what I'm saying? Moving his head, being able to move his arms and hands. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have a bounce of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson has that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson, he trains his ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like he's broke. So what other way to just go in there and get a easy bag? You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson stated, you know what I'm saying, I plan to finish him. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul. So we'll see, you know what I'm saying, what type of statement he means by that, going in there, against Jake Paul, and, you know, uh, bringing that action, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I'm not knocking, Jake Paul. Congratulations on getting a fight with, Mike Tyson. Is it entertaining for me? I'm a boxing fan, but it's really not, that entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care too much about it. I feel like it's in the exhibition game, it's kind of a shit show. But like I said, I'm not gonna knock, what I'm saying, Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying, and Mike Tyson. If it was me, in my opinions, about Jake Paul, I would rather see him fight, somebody, from New York, with the name like, Edgar Berlanga. That would interest me, you know what I'm saying? Jake Paul versus Edgar Berlanga, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like a Mike Tyson, so going back, you know what I'm saying, talking about Mike Tyson, stating, you know, facts to, Canelo. Is he throwing shots at Canelo? For taking this fight with Jake Paul. Like, Canelo, you could have been fighting, guys like, Jake Paul or Berlanga or these guys. And I'm not mad at, at Canelo either, you know what I'm saying, for taking his time and, and being able to fight the guys who he fight. It's business. Whether, Canelo was supposed to fight David or, or Jake Paul, that's just what we want as the fans. And Of course, Mike Tyson being a boxing expert, for what he did, that's what he won as well. But it's not up to Mike Tyson when it's all said and done. So Canelo, regardless of what the people think, he is making moves. You know what I'm saying? Making, phenomenal moves in the sport of boxing. Whether it's Jamie Munguia or Munguia or whatever his name is, I can't really pronounce his name. That's a great fight still, what I'm saying, for Canelo. Cause Canelo got options, what I'm saying? He still got options, whether it's with, like I said, fight signing that 2 fight deal, whether it's with Jamie and whoever else. But in the near future, does he have potential, setting up a fight with Terrence Bud Crawford? I would like to think so. It'd just be up to Canelo. Right now, I don't think Canelo is really worried about, Terrence Bud Crawford, because I think he's kind of small. Even though, outside of boxing, Terrence Crawford puts on heavy weight. But when it's time to be able to go into boxing and train and get right, that weight class is at between 147 and 154. So it's a lot of burning weight for, Bud, what I'm saying, if when he's getting back in there. But can he compete, what I'm saying, at 160, at 160, what I'm saying, is the question, because Canelo, we know he's between 160 and 168 and could possibly move up to, 170, in the near future, if it needs to be, what I'm saying. But Canelo definitely is comfortable at 154 to 160. Or yeah, 154 to 160. It just depends, what I'm saying, if Canelo will drop back down there and fight at, catch weight at one around that way. But yeah, man, Mike Tyson, man, still doing it, man, and what I'm saying, it's shocking to me, what I'm saying, to be able to hear, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, And for Mike Tyson, yeah, they had to really look at Jake Paul like he's the better fighter than Logan, because that's what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Fights like Mike Tyson and Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? That would have been worth watching. The older brother fight Mike Tyson, but you got to be able to respect Jake for being able to get in there with a legend. What they say. Even though it's an exhibition, you still showing your talents, your talents against a living legend that's still boxing. So depending on what Jake Paul do, he could go in there and knock Mike Tyson out, and it'd be different from everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's just the crazy part about boxing. You see what I'm saying? If Jake Paul is able to go in there and you know do some shit to Mike Tyson, in front of these fans, and it shakes up the whole world. So with Mike Tyson, is he blowing a lot of steam? You know what I'm saying? Taking this fight with Jake Paul. That's the question mark. Is he blowing a lot of steam? You know what I'm saying? Cause Jake Paul, he got a one of a kind style, man. I was one of them ones that doubted Jake Paul. I can't lie, but as Jake Paul got older and started perfecting his boxing skills, I had no choice but to like this guy. Even though the type of entertainment he brings to the fans, he's a showsman, and he know how to sell, and he knows how to make the millions, and he knows how to sell out arenas. Hated to love it about Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? He's getting that money. So with the exhibition fight with him and Mike Tyson, it is what it is. But like I said, it don't interest me because I rather see Jake Paul fight some of these fighters that's close to his age. Mike Tyson 57 and Jake Paul is 27. So that's what, a 30-year difference right there. So yeah, man, Dallas, Texas, A&T AT&T Stadium, and one thing about Dallas, Texas, that stadium is a billion dollar stadium. So I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna have no they ain't gonna have no problem filling up half of that stadium and selling out, whether it's around 20,000 or 30,000 people just for that exhibition fight. Ridiculous, ain't it? But it's real. So yeah, man, July 20th, man. Big Netflix, special. It's gonna be a big payday. You know what I'm saying? And Netflix is doing something big for the boxing community. You know what I'm saying? And I think they saying it's live too. So that's fantastic news for the boxing. The boxing business and the fans around the boxing. You know what I'm saying? It brings in great news. So Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul exhibition is set for July 20th. Like I say, I don't really know what else to say about it, but give my prediction now. You know what I'm saying? And let's do it. Yeah, man. I mean, what could we possibly see of them going in there and making a an exhibition? They ain't gonna come in there and be playing. We seen the last exhibition with Mike Tyson when he fought Roy. You know what I'm saying? It made a lot of money. Roy was a throwback type of Hall of Fame fighter. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson, like I said, he been doing it for so years. Also in the Hall of Fame, a throwback type of fighter. The only difference is he's still doing it. 57 years old. I don't know no guys that's doing it like Mike Tyson in the exhibitions. So I mean Mayweather is doing it, but if Mayweather that good, you know what I'm saying, fight one of these guys, you know what I'm saying, since you still in the exhibition. Get that exhibition shit going, Floyd, with Mike Tyson or the winner of Jake Paul. You want to fight these guys in China or you know what I'm saying, and over there in China and Japan and what's the other one? It's another one, Tokyo and all these places. You know what I'm saying? Get in the bag. Fight Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? He old. I'm pretty sure you can stick and move on Mike Tyson. Given a chance. We seen what Roy did. So, Roy didn't have no problem fighting, that grudge match, exhibition match against, Mike Tyson. Now we get to see, Jake Paul. I'm kind of, you know what? I'm kind of interested now because, yeah, to be able to get to Floyd, man, that this fight got to be able to happen. One of them got to be able to fight Floyd, and I hope Mike Tyson is the one that comes out of this win and be like Floyd. That's fight. I'm old as shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Show me what you got. But I'm just saying, that's just me being, wishing. You see what I'm saying as a boxing fan, but it's an exhibition talk. You know what I'm saying? They still in there. Floyd's still in there. They all still fighting. So why not? Floyd, he can get in the mix of it. You know what I'm saying, and try to compete because I feel like yeah, for what Floyd did, and we go on Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? When I listen to Bill Haney and what he speaks about Floyd, yeah, this ain't no Floyd Mayweather error. That error that Floyd had is over with pretty much. Yes, Floyd still at the end of the day, because of the stacks and the numbers don't lie, he still remains number one on that throne. Even in, yeah, he's fighting exhibitions, but there's some top dogs in the United States of America, such as names like, Terrence Crawford, and you got Boots Ennis, and you got Keith One Time Thurman, and you got Tim Zoo, and you got all these other, fighters that's trying to compete to try to get on that throne. And Floyd, he's still bullshitting, fighting exhibitions, which I'm not mad about it, but fight some guys that, what I'm saying, that of course the fans ain't gonna think that you're gonna win. You see what I'm saying? All the fights that Floyd's fighting right now, we know that you're gonna win. I don't know that you're gonna win against a Bud Crawford or a Keith One Time Thurman or Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? These are some boxers that are also, what I'm saying, fighting warriors. You know what I'm saying? Like the classic, you know what I'm saying? Like how Caesar them, you know what I'm saying, and the top Olympians used to fight, in them arenas back in the day. The only thing they was doing was killing though instead. So it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Seeing who remains, you know what I'm saying, on that throne. Floyd, he playing, but I'm not gonna say he playing, but he playing with the exhibition shit. That's my only point. And I don't like it because Floyd, he don't fucked up a lot of shit in the exhibition world, by having these fights and you know making the entertainment of exhibition bullshit. And of course you gonna say I disagree because you getting that bag. Of course, But the fighters who Floyd is fighting, I don't respect that shit, man. That's what I don't respect because I know he gonna win. It ain't no point of thinking, what fighter gonna beat, Floyd if he ain't fighting the fighters, who we want to fight. You know what he don't did back then in this era, fighting, Manny Pacquiao and fighting Sugar Shane Mosley. You had to fight all these fighters. You know what I'm saying? To be able to be on the world championships are breaking them records. Yeah, that's in the past, man. But there's fighters that's now, new and improved in skill wise and on that level, you know what I'm saying, trying to reach the Rushmore. These are guys Floyd should be fighting. If a lot of guys like Mike Tyson could still fight, good names like Jake Paul and shit, Floyd should be doing the same thing. I ain't seen Floyd come back and fight nobody in America with a good name. Last time we was supposed to hear about Floyd being able to fight, that was supposed to be against Keith one time Thurman, and that fight never happened. So that's what I'm talking about with Floyd Money Mayweather. I can't say that Floyd is the best, but for what he did with the numbers and breaking records, yes, he remains on the throne in the people's eyes. In my eyes, I can't say that he the best, but he's one of the best. I feel like in my heart that Floyd he could still fight. You know what I'm saying? Put that bullshit to the side and get back in legacy mode and try to compete for world titles. Floyd Mayweather. That's what it's all about. Don't be scared to lose your old. You know what I'm saying? Being 50 and old. When you got guys like Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao that got a lot of wins over 50. You know what I'm saying? So Pacquiao got damn near 60 wins. And motherfucking Mike Tyson got 60 some wins in. The reason why they complain about Floyd because they know Floyd ain't fighting the right type of guys. He don't deal what he did, but when he entered that exhibition shit, he just took it to some kitty type of level. You know what I'm saying? Bullshitting with them. And I'm not saying Chinese they soft and Tokyo them they soft over there, but come on, man. Come on, man. You ain't fighting the right guys, man. Get back in the battle scene, man. Floyd Mayweather. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of people gonna disagree with me and ain't gonna like what I'm saying. Yes, we know Floyd is the best in what he done did, but can he still compete right now? Fighting the guys that I named, giving Manny Pacquiao a rematch, giving Conor McGregor, a rematch, being able to fight, what I'm saying, Crawford or, what I'm saying, Keith one time Thurman or Boots. Or being able to go fight, what I'm saying, what's that motherfucking name? Who did I leave out? Shit, it could be Devin Haney, it could be Javante Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? But I think Floyd is I talk this shit because we got to be able to understand about Floyd. He loved money, so what type of fighter gonna come out when it's all said and done, and hopefully Floyd be able to challenge who the fighter is. Because truth be told, Floyd be hating. You can see him hating on Haney right now. Haney them trying to break the records. You know what I'm saying? Trying to let Bill tell it they trying to be up there with Floyd. Sitting next to him on the Rushmore. And Floyd, he siding with Ryan. He went against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Siding with Ryan and picking Ryan to beat Devin Haney. So that you went against the grain, Floyd, and you might have fucked up when you did that, man. Because like I said, I mean, we know they favorite fighter and who they protecting over there, Javante Tank Davis. We know that it ain't nothing new, nothing about it. So that's what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd Mayweather, picking sides. You know what I'm saying? And getting Ron Garcia ready, for the Devin Haney fight. So a lot of shit was used, you know what I'm saying, against Devin Haney in this fight. Floyd them they know that they all siding with Javante Tank Davis. Anything and everything they can do to be able to beat Devin Haney, they gonna try to do it. So starting with that sparring, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why Floyd gave it to, Ron Garcia, and Ron Garcia, released it to the world, and you know, that's what we got in the sport of boxing. Yeah, a lot of shit going on, with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I want to be able to see him fight. The fighters that I name like Keith. If Floyd wants to come back, what other way to make a Keith one time Thurman and Floyd Mayweather fight? Just fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm not saying that Keith will beat Floyd because I just want to be able to see the fight. If Keith's saying that Floyd dodged, then you know what I'm saying, ducked him, for the longest, then we got to be able to see this fight, man. And I think it's well deserving, with Keith Thurman. He just can't lose anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can't lose no more. This fight with Tim Tszyu, you supposed to get through Tim Tszyu. Especially if you continue to have Floyd Mayweather in your mouth, you know what I'm saying, Keith Thurman. What you gonna do against a guy like Tim Tszyu? So I expect, Keith Thurman to go in there and handle business with, the hard hitting, you know what I'm saying, Tim Tszyu. I just think Tim Tszyu, you know what I'm saying, he rushes a lot. He's a good, KO artist, you know what I'm saying, haven't lost anything, but it's about boxing, man. Can you keep up with Keith one time Thurman's feet? You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna be moving, sticking and moving and popping out, you know what I'm saying? Sticking and moving. Using a jab a lot and, popping back out, you know what I'm saying? So, you gotta be able to contain a guy that's moving on his feet, you know what I'm saying? That can move around the ring, such as a guy like Keith Thurman, a real dangerous fighter, you know what I'm saying, in the ring. So, one thing about Tim Tszyu, like I said, Tim Tszyu got a lot of power. If he does catch his Keith, it could be night night, but you gonna have to catch Keith, you know what I'm saying, if you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna have to eventually catch Keith and break down Keith Thurman. And if you can't do that, it's gonna be hard trying to, get in there and stay in front of Keith in boxing because he's a great boxer that knows how to move around you, that knows how to keep distance, that knows, IQ. He has a good IQ level. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever you do, he can see that shit. What you're doing before you even do what you're doing. So, you know, oh, excuse me. So yeah, one Keith one time Thurman he ain't no rookie in this shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a high veteran, elite high veteran. And also, what I'm saying, at 147, he's been, crowned, undisputed and undisputed, what I'm saying, champion at that division at one point before he tore his shoulder up. So Keith is telling y'all before that Manny Pacquiao fight, losing to Manny Pacquiao, he still feels like he's undefeated. Let Keith, one time Thurman. And I feel like, with Manny Pacquiao is a big name. If you only lost against Manny Pacquiao, the boxing world, looking at Keith Thurman is still giving you a chance. You know what I'm saying? So Keith Thurman is still in a great position as being, a top elite fighter. Whether you like it, love it, hate it, or whatever, he's still in there. And the boxing association, they love him because not only Keith has a mouthpiece, he know how to speak boxing. He knows how to sell the fight. He knows how to make it entertaining. You know what I'm saying, to the people in the sport of boxing. So, I like Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying, and may the best man wins against him and Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying. It's gonna be a great one, and a non-title fight at 154. Both, stepping their foot inside the door just to see where they at 154. You know what I'm saying? Just to see, where they compete at. But it's not a make or break for any fighter. It's just a stepping stone to see where Keith is at, whether he still can be at 147 or show his talents at 154. The loss or win is going to determine, for both of these fighters where they stand at. So may the best man wins. Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. Yeah, man, Manny Pacquiao versus Conor being in negotiations, and they're saying it's set for Saudi Arabia. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, man, like I said, man, still competing at 147. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to be active for the, that legacy mode. You know, um, Manny Pacquiao, this is your last chance right here going into a fight, you know what I'm saying, like Ben Connor that's undefeated. like 23-0 with like 17 knockouts. You know what I'm saying, with zero losses. And we've seen, Conor Ben, in his fight. I don't know too much about Conor Ben, but I've seen, he has great defense, and he has power, in that class at 147, discipline, defense and off offense, high the high velocity of the pressure of him being a boxer is he's really good, man. And it's not an easy fight for Manny Pacquiao, to go on there and think that if he could beat, Conor Ben. So, for Conor Ben, it's either two things. You get past Manny Pacquiao and retire Manny Pacquiao. It's simple, and put your name up, above Manny Pacquiao, because truth be told, Manny Pacquiao still feel like he's in there. You know what I'm saying, and I'm not that doubting. You know what I'm saying, Manny Pacquiao, because I have him favored to be Conor Ben. And all because of that, because I feel like he's still chasing that greatness, and the sport of boxing is more than that. It's more. He knows it's more than that, and I'm pretty sure Manny Pacquiao knows it's his last damn straw, man, to be able to compete, to try to compete for world titles. You know what I'm saying, at 147, and that's where he at. He's comfortable at 147. Entering. I mean, not entering. The championship mode, because he's just getting back to it. You know what I'm saying? And we know from Pacquiao being able to be, president, or the whatever, the center, whatever he is, doing his thing at Manny Pacquiao. It's a lot on his plate to be able to keep up with that shit and come back to America, going back and forth. Taking care of his people in the Philippines and building and rebuilding, and just putting on for his people, making his people proud. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao did a lot for the sport of boxing, bringing in damn a billion, bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars to the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao. So I really ain't got nothing bad to say about Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, yeah, we if he can get back to championship level, being able to compete for legacy at 147. He'll be competing, to try to, get the championship, unified championship. Whether, you run into Boots, or you eventually run into Crawford. That's if Crawford stays at 147, which I hope he stays at 147 to compete. I would love to see Terrence Crawford defend those titles, even though he don't need to prove anything. Because at 147 he's been unified. When it's all said and done, it's gonna be in the history books. It's gonna be shown forever. Terrence Bud Crawford beating Earl Spence to claim unified champion. To be crowned unified champion at 147 pounds. The proof is in the pudding. It's in the record books. That's why Bud don't feel like he needs to backtrack, fighting Boots, because that's a fight that everybody wants to be able to see. But Bud got so many options, whether he stays at 147 or compete at 154 or 160. We will be finding out here soon, on Terrence Bud Crawford, what I'm saying, whoever he fights. Last name, the most recent name that I seen him, was with Haddon. I think it's Ricky Haddon. I don't know. I know it's Haddon. You know what I'm saying? It's his son. So that's the last thing I'm seeing. He might be able to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I think he's the son of Haddon. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Haddon. I think that's his name, Ricky Haddon. But yeah, man, that's the last thing I've heard of. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And he got the call to be able to make, he has, what I'm saying, the keys to be able to fight whoever he want to fight, Bud. So he's the man right now. He would still be the man at 147 between him and Boots. So, like I said, Biggie backing on Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao would have to get back in, this 147, clash, and compete for legacy. It's up to Pacquiao, starting with Conor Ben. Same thing with Conor Ben at 147. This is a chance to be able to, like I said, possibly retire Manny Pacquiao and make your name above Manny Pacquiao to move on, into legacy mode, competing for world titles. whether that's against Bud or Boots. You know what I'm saying? Them is the two top fighters that in that class at 147. Terrence Crawford number one and Boots number two. Boxing Talk 100. So Manny Pacquiao, he's trying to chase that that legacy, trying to get them belts again. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And we still even with Manny Pacquiao and Conor being negotiating, we could see, after this, the winner fighting, Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor is, he still wants a piece of that action too. So it's gonna be up to him. I say Conor, keep your ass back in UFC to try to compete, but he became a great boxer. I'm not knocking him. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he can't be like a Boots or Crawford or these guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Conor McGregor would even be able to beat Mario Barrios. That's just my opinion. I don't think he'd be able to beat Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios too skilled. He's all about boxing. When you're 100%, got boxing on your mind, I think it'd be hard to beat, a guy that knows just nothing but boxing. Connor, yes, one fight with Floyd. That's because it was the most anticipated, and out of the UFC, he was the most popular out of any fighter out of the UFC. So that's the reason why Boxing Association gave his ass a chance. And not only that, Floyd, he was smart enough to reel in, Conor McGregor coming from the UFC to be able to be like, come on over here. And Conor, you know what I'm saying, bit the bait. You know what I'm saying, and got beat by a boxer. Instead of Conor calling him Floyd over to the UFC, he called him over to boxing. All boxers they've been smart to do that with the UFC fighters, and of course UFC fighters they're a little bit smart too because they get in the bag. So it's just in that with that run we never seen a boxer transition and go to UFC to be able to fight on their standard rules. I'm just saying. The last time we see that was with James Toney and Randy Couture. I believe is when James Toney went over there and Couture choked him out and got James Toney ass out of there. I respect James Toney for doing that though, for going over there because he took a chance. You know, he took a chance and he also got paid. But I'm just saying we've seen more boxers call the UFC fighters than the UFC fighters call the boxers like coming to the cage. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man, Manny Pacquiao versus Conor being yeah, Manny Pacquiao got to go in there and knock this young bull out. Conor Ben is from the UK, I believe. So he's tough and he's rugged, and being able to fight on neutral grounds here in America. This would be his chance to be able to show the people of the world who he is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll be able to see what happens with that fight. Manny Pacquiao can't come short. You know what I'm saying? He got to go for the knockout. He has to be able to show why he still want to be able to compete for being on that level. Being undisputed because the dream is for everybody to become champion. That's what it's all about. The dream is for Manny Pacquiao to become champion again. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? For Manny Pacquiao to go in there to try to compete at 147. Knowing this is last straw, Manny Pacquiao still got some punch in him. He can't go in there and compete with certain people. He has that high experience with the boxing record, and not only that, you know what I'm saying, just the love for boxing. You know what I'm saying? He would do it for free if he could. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows you, the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao is, and still being able to do it. He ain't ready to give up nothing in boxing yet. He still feel like whether if you old or if you young, he want to be able to take on the challenge, Manny Pacquiao. So I respect Manny Pacquiao. Made the best man win. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao versus Conor being in negotiations, set for Saudi Arabia, and we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? With that fight, or if the fight can be made. You know what I'm saying? With the negotiations. But yeah, man, let me leave off of this. Like I said, with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Yeah, if Paul come in there sluggish, because Mike Tyson, one thing that Jake Paul has to know, he has to be able to know who he getting ready to step in the ring with, and that's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson still got certain attributes that take him, far. That takes him far in the sport of boxing. A lot of attributes that Jake Paul don't have. I just see in Jake Paul having a lot of strength. He has, the number one, I'll say a good attribute that Jake Paul does have is IQ. And he can be able to aim and connect with, shots, you know what I'm saying? So he can connect. If he swing and punch, he could land, you know what I'm saying? And it could be devastating, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Mike Tyson has to look. Mike Tyson been doing this shit for a long time, man. Even with my fans, man, there ain't nothing that we can really say or tell Mike Tyson about the sport of boxing. What can we tell Mike Tyson about the sport of boxing? Of what we already know, him going in there and being a killer, and possibly will fuck around and go in there and knock out Jake Paul if Jake Paul don't come in with his right senses. So I can see, with the type of pressure coming forth, Mike Tyson to Jake Paul. Jake Paul could be, off his back feet. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, a surprising to Jake Paul. Like, damn, I'm in here with a legend. Did I make a mistake? Or you get in there and fight and be comfortable, and you go in there and be like, nigga, I'm fighting Mike Tyson. I'm finna beat his ass and knock him out. So it's up to Jake Paul. It's up to Mike Tyson. But the fight is set, whether we like it or not. Like I said, whatever happens is gonna happen in the exhibition world. You know what I'm saying? May the best man wins, and if the fans, are excited about it, hey, it is what it is. This is what we got. So yeah, what other way to leave it at that? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? Exhibition, and like I said, we got us to fight. We got us to fight, man. But yeah, man, this your boy K Smooth, man. Thanks for watching my video. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for, hearing me out, and you know what I'm saying? Breaking news. I told you we gonna be here with the breaking news, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna talk about it, and we gonna give the boxing fans what they want, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. July 20th, you know what I'm saying? AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Comment at the bottom who y'all think gonna win, and you know what I'm saying? Of course it's an exhibition, but anything can happen in the exhibition. So comment at the bottom, let me know who y'all got, and let me know who y'all got for, Pacquiao and Conor Ben, and these fights gotta happen, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We can thank, boxing. I mean, and we haven't seen, any given time we're able to see Mike Tyson, display his, boxing skills in the sport of boxing, whether, like I said, exhibition or, legacy. Once a time, being legacy, now exhibition. Anytime Mike Tyson can step on the scene, man, it's always a blessing to be able to see a living legend, getting back to work, putting in that work, and making it entertainment, making it entertaining. And respect to the Paul family, you know what I'm saying? Just for giving a chance, it could have been anybody else, but I guess Mike Tyson seen something in Jake Paul that he felt like, I want to beat his motherfucking ass. So that's what we gotta go with, you know what I'm saying? And could we see, like I said, Mike Tyson, this was a huge message to Canelo. You know, this is what Canelo got. This is what Mike Tyson got to be able to show Canelo. what he got to do to Jake Paul. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna tell Canelo, "This is what you could have did to Jake Paul, but I'm gonna show you." So and that's up to Jake Paul. That's just my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that's how Mike Tyson feel. But that's just gonna be up to Jake Paul to be able to prove the other people wrong. You know what I'm saying? Boxing Talk 100. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for watching my video. Make sure y'all leave a comment and give me a thumbs up, you know what I'm saying, for the video. And I hope y'all having a blessed day. And like I said, today is, March 7th. And I'm just at work chilling, man, giving a video. I'm surprised, just like everybody else, to be able to hear Mike Tyson versus, Jake Paul. So this is what we got. This is what it is. One more time, man. Netflix, gonna bring it to you. And I heard it's gonna be live. You know what I'm saying? So is that free or whatever? If you got Netflix, it's live. We're gonna see how this shit works. But tune in. You know what I'm saying? AT&T Stadium, Dallas, Texas. And like I said, the fight is on, man. Exhibition. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. But yeah, man, this your boy K Smooth, man. Hope y'all enjoy my video. Like I said, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, and like I said, man, we gonna bring some more, man. Time will tell, and hope y'all having a good day, and get back with your boy, man. But yeah, man, this your boy K Smooth, man. Peace and blessings. Gone.